Right, I'm live. Very, very bad news. I don't know how many people watching this video would know Bill Weir, but Bill Weir is was an absolute legend. He was one of the nicest men in this movement, and I'm not saying that lightly. Because there's some great people in this movement, but Bill was a total, absolute gentleman. And to hear that he's passed away, I was talking to Bill 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about doing some live feeds, and Bill was one of the people who's in this movement for exactly the right reasons. Bill was in this movement, he's a veteran, and he was a patriot, passionately loved his country, passionately loved the people of this country, and gave many years service to this country. And of course, anyone that knows Bill, he was regional organizer of the EDL up in Newcastle. He was heavily involved in Veterans Against Terrorism, and I'm absolutely shocked to the core, because I was chatting to Bill, and we were talking about doing live feeds. We were talking about doing live streams together to talk about some of the really serious issues that are facing the movement at the minute. So what can I say? That is an absolute tragedy. I was going to do a live feed tonight about other issues, and I'll maybe talk about those a little bit as I finish this. Tommy's going to be doing a stream tonight to the Hearts of Oak feed. He's going to be doing that at 8:05 tonight, and I'm sure Tommy will have something to say about Bill as well, because Tommy knew Bill. I'm just gutted by it, to be quite honest with you. I'm just absolutely gutted. Anyone that knows Bill, I don't get emotional about a lot of stuff, but this has knocked me, because anybody that knew Bill, he was just one of those people. You know, he was a father figure to the movement. He, you know, if you wanted advice, when we were doing things with Veterans Against Terrorism, and Dan McDevitt will bear this out, Bill was the go-to man. What's this person like? What's that person like? Because obviously I had a lot of people joining Veterans Against Terrorism. We wanted to make sure that they weren't nutcases or whatever. And Bill would always say, yeah, he's all right. No, he's a bit dodgy or whatever. And he was a really good guy. But not only that, he was just a good friend, just a genuinely good friend. And I'm glad I spoke to him. So let's say it was 2 weeks ago. It was when I was not too well myself, and Bill was telling me about how he was in isolation. He was going around walking around the fields at the back of his house, and man, that's a shock. That's a real shock. So just bless Bill's family, and don't know if there's anything we could do to remember him, but I think we should certainly, next time we have a demo, we should certainly have a minute's silence for Bill, because he was that important in this movement. He really was. He was a big voice, and yeah, I'm just absolutely gutted about that. Absolutely gutted. On another note, what I was going to do a live feed about, and obviously I'll probably do another live feed on this, because this has really got to focus on Bill. But let's say tonight there's a live stream with Hearts of Oak at 8:05, and the other thing I want to quickly talk about very quickly is political representation in the UK, and who represents us at the moment in the UK. And I've come to a conclusion, and I've been thinking about this for a long time. If there was a general election tomorrow, who would you vote for? What political party? Not who would you vote for, but who would you want to vote for? What political party totally represents the views of our movement? And I think we can safely say there's only one political party in England and Scotland. I don't think they're organised in Northern Ireland at the minute. There's only one political party in England that will be in England and Scotland that I could put my X against the names in the on the ballot sheet, and that's for Britain. I've been, as most of you know, I've got to know Anne-Marie quite well over the past 2.5 years, done a couple of live feeds with her, a couple of interviews, shared platforms with her, and I think Anne-Marie's party for Britain is the party that represents what we all believe. Now, is she the only party out there? Yes, I think she is. There's no other political party out there at the minute that's doing what Anne-Marie's doing and saying what Anne-Marie's saying. So I just want to basically say, get behind For Britain and get behind Anne-Marie, because nobody else is doing it. And if somebody else wants to come along and do it, fine. And I think more people need to put their hand to the plough when it comes to politics. And if you had half a dozen parties in different areas of the UK that were able to organise along similar policy lines, I'm sure that'd be fine, because the reality is that there's, at the moment, I'm sure there isn't the finance or the manpower to get For Britain candidates in every single constituency. But I really do think that For Britain are the way to go. She's taken such courageous stands over the years, Anne-Marie. She stood up against the real far right, the ethno-nationalists, and had a very, very courageous stand against them. She's stood absolutely fearlessly and put her life on the line, standing against the Islamisation of the UK, standing against the political hypocrisy of our governments. And even tonight, I was watching a video where she was highlighting what's happening in Scotland, where they're trying to pass basically an Islamic blasphemy law. So if we want representation, I think the only party that we can seriously get behind is For Britain with Anne-Marie. And yeah, that's just all I want to say tonight. Totally gutted about what's happened to Bill. And tune into the Hearts of Oak feed tonight. Again, as you know, I'm very heavily involved in the Hearts of Oak thing, and I think that's an excellent project as well. It's not a political party. It's, I suppose, it's almost like a hub for patriots. Now, what I would like to see, I'd love to see Anne-Marie getting involved in Hearts of Oak, because I think it'll be very good for her. I think it'll be very good for the party. I don't think she can do it all on her own. I think she needs help, and she needs people to come alongside her, and she needs to come alongside people. That's a debate for another day, and a question for another day. But my issue is this: if there was a general election tomorrow, the only political party that I could put an X next to with a clear conscience is For Britain. So tune in tonight at 8:05 on the Hearts of Oak channel, and you know, enjoy Tommy, and I'm sure it'll be good fun. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. And like I say, I'll see you all soon. And oh yeah, the other thing is, get across to the new platform, VK. Is it VK? It is VK, isn't it? It's basically the Russian equivalent of Facebook. Now at the minute we seem to have a bit of liberty there. There's a lot of people joining, and it's almost like Facebook was about 2 or 3 years ago. And yeah, well look, like I say, I'm a bit rattled by what's happened to Bill, and I hope you're all staying safe, and we'll see what happens next. But see you all soon. Bye.